All right, all right, all right. It's Friday. Welcome to Bets for Breakfast, my friend. Yeah, the banners in the background, the canvas, whatever you want to call it. Yesterday's show, fifth huge day we've had in the last six shows. One losing live show day. Somebody told me the picks went 12-4. We're going to quickly hit the resolve all button, recap them, and then make another 10 to 20 picks for Friday's NBA and MLB slate. You're going to be able to bang these out on sports books. We're going to have a heavy dose of underdog picks, which you can use, a couple other pick 'em apps as well. It's going to be a great day, my friends. Lock in, buckle up, get yourself ready to get paid. Let me hit that music. I know you all wait for this every day. Let's get to it. Let's go, baby. Let's make some money. Time to get paid. Oh, it feels so good. Coffee's running through me. Dr. J in the house. Let's get it. Pinkies up, baby. Pinkies up cup. It's the Pinkies up cup. Let's do it, man. Let's go ahead and recap yesterday. Let's make a ton of picks today. At any point today, if you're like, all right, I'm sold. I'm going to give it a look. MySpartyEdge.com. That is posted in the chat. It is in my profile on X. It is in the description on YouTube. This is the live show YouTube channel. There's a 50,000 subscriber YouTube channel I use for NFL season. Make sure you follow that as well down in the description section. We're going to make money today. We've been cashing 67% of our underdog picks. The hits allowed props that we're talking about on today's show as well, cashing around 70% for the last 3 weeks. Money lines have been cashing over 64% of the picks as well. And those are picks that I am posting to Discord that are 30 and 13, my friends. And those are all straight odds viable plays. I'm not posting minus 200s. I got a lot to share. I'm going to show you a lot of it today. And I just want to say this, the price tag of this tool right now, 33% off indefinitely. If you sign up and you keep what you pay for, you keep that price indefinitely. So when the price raises to $200, $150, $90, whatever I bump up to in the future. You keep the price that you signed up for as long as you stay signed up. So give it a look, mysperryedge.com, and let's go. Let's go ahead. We got tons of money to make. I'm not even kidding. Like, we're about to make bank. So we have gone, this has been our streak. Our heater began kind of last week, 12-7, 12-6 on the show picks. I mean, really, you know, 13-3 on Monday. Are you ready for this run? Like, let's look at them, and then let's look at yesterday's picks, because someone told me on Twitter that I went bonkers, and we're going to look together. So I went 13-3 on Monday. Heavy dose of underdog that day, and we just sweeping everything. I mean, 2-pick entry, 3.5x, 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 so on and so forth. The next day, 7-8, tough day. Then we went 12-7. Then we went 12-6. Then we went 13-8, big heavy day. Then we went 16-3. 16-3 this past Monday. Are you kidding me? Don't tell me you ain't making money watching the live show. 13-7 on Tuesday. Then Wednesday hit us and we went 4-7. A big stinker. However, I manually went back last night and I checked out the picks that we had pending here. You see 3 of them. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more for you. Okay. It's hard to see because now I'm at like, okay, hold on. I'll zoom in after I do this. Evan Mobley, we have this pick. Under 50.5 points. I know that cashed. Austin Reeves under 4.5 rebounds. I do not know how that ended up. Jalen Duren under 11.5 rebounds did cash. So there's a chance here we finish 7-7 on those pending picks. Then we had 15 plays yesterday. I believe like 9 of them or so were for the slate, and the other 6 would be tonight and Saturday's games, because, you know, with the optimizer, you're getting picks ahead in the future as well, because you're getting those early lines and you smash the CLV. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to click resolve all, and let's see how we finished on yesterday's show. And if that person on X was correct that I smashed again. Okay, let's see. All right, we finished 7-7. That means Mobley, Reeves, and Duren all cashed. 3-0 for that NBA day. And we finished 7-7. So our worst show of the week, we went 7-7. So that's 16-3, 13-7, 7-7. And then yesterday, he was right. We went 8-4 on yesterday's show. Let's go. I love it. And a myriad of pick'em apps I went through, and I did a bunch. Now we still have some, so let's go to pending. We have 3 for tonight. That's Julian Champagny under 15.5 PRA better. We have Kelly Oubre Jr. under 5.5 rebounds on underdog. We have Paul George under 3.5 assists on Price Picks. Now, why am I doing all these unders? You ready for this? I'm going to reiterate this, and anybody who watched yesterday's show, you have heard this. You heard this yesterday. I've been banging on this drum for a while now. The My Bets tool is not supposed to be the next Pickett. I have no intention to be a full-on tracker app. No. This track is made to make you money. The tools on this app are supposed to make you money. They're supposed to win you your bets, your picks, your pick'em, your parlays, and your straight picks on sports books. Smash no vig, hitting on those NBA unders on underdogs, so on and so forth. But how do you know what angles to bet on? What markets are soft? What tools on the site are best for certain sports and certain apps? You got to track them. So what you do on each of these tools is you can save any bet you want. Dylan Cease over 7.5 strikeouts for better DFS. Click bet now, deep linked. And once you bet it, you click save now or save bet. It's going to show you better DFS. Again, this is not Pickett. This is not a track rep. Go download those if you want. This is to track your process on the show, or not on your show, but you know, I'm live for 30 to 45 minutes, 5 days a week. Use this tool 24 hours a day. So you see me cashing like 67% of my picks for 30 to 45 minutes. Take the strategy, take the approach, apply it yourself for 24 hours a day on your own, day after day. Imagine what you can accomplish with your bankrolls. I don't know what else to say or show you, but we're going to try right now. I'm going to remove my dome piece because I'm super fired up today. I told you there's a lot of money to be made. So we're going to look at it. Watch. How do I know? Well, Mitch, I really want to make DFS Pick'em entries. Okay, let's focus on the DFS Pick'em optimizer on the site. We're going to look at NBA. How do we know what site is good to bet on? Well, overs are 31 and 31. I haven't placed one since April 28th when we highlighted this, and we've only been doing unders. Unders are 115 and 62. That's literally like 65% win rate. DFS, NBA, unders. Well, hey, Mitch, all I'm going to be using is underdog. Okay, on underdog, we're 79 and 43 to the under using the DFS optimizer. That's what up here. We're going to use that today. What about MLB unders? Well, those are 12 and 11. We also highlighted that those are smashing to the over. Okay, DFS optimizer, 16 and 8. You've won 2/3. 3/4. No, 2/3. 2/3 of your picks, underdog MLB overs. Well, what about outright other tools? Plus EV Optimizer, Sharp Money Radar, where we're tailing the whales. Well, overs are 37 and 14, and that's on underdog. All right, how about unders? 40 and 33. MLB unders just ain't it. MLB overs continue to smash. Well, what about NBA overs overall? Nope. 26 and 43 on underdog. How about NBA unders? Using all tools on the site, literally a 67% win rate. 109 and 55. This is using the Plus EV Optimizer, the Sharp Money Radar, which I'll show you today to tail the whales. And you are sitting there with a 67% win rate on underdog, focusing on NBA unders. And this is my point. If you are watching this show and you are getting 67% win rate as I am posting these plays and showing you the picks, can you do exactly what I'm doing on the show on your own using the site around the clock? Yes. Yes. Why not? Why not? When I'm going 16 and 3, 13 and 3, 8 and 4, 12 and 6, 13 and 6. Can you do it yourself? Yeah. You don't need me. This show is to teach you how to fish, and then you go fish on your own. Do you get fed while I'm teaching you? Certainly. Yes, certainly. I'm going to feed you while I'm teaching you, and then you, my friends, can go do it on your own. Go make money. Don't wait around for me. Go make it. So let's do that right now. I'm going to show you how. Sometimes you got to look behind you before you know where to travel. And I was highlighting this to another fellow member this morning on the My Spurry Edge chat room. There's another chat room inside the DFS and Donuts Discord once you sign up on the site. And I said, hey, you know, if you're feeling a little lost and you're betting on a bunch of markets, maybe just simplify this. On the site, we have this thing called meta. All right. Meta is basically like the best approach, best practices, the best markets to bet on based on the projections. You can look at the game lines. There's a money line meta. There's a spread meta. There's an elite level and there's an elite level. These are like, if they pop up, you just play them. All right. They're so good, you just play them. The metas, you can play for volume and you can do pretty well. Player props, same thing for the meta here. And here's how it goes. On the site, we have the hits allowed projections, A+ bet grade to a B+ bet grade to the over. All right. Hits allowed market, direction over. A+ grade to B+ grade. I set up a 3-week sample because that's worth looking at. 21 days. You can't ignore that type of data. That's a good stretch of the MLB season. Those are 71 and 35. You literally could join the site and then look at all the hits allowed projections that show as final. All right. That's it. Just they got to show as final. And if they show as final, which we added this new lock button, and I'll show you on the site, and this is yesterday's. All right, this is what it would look like. You just bet them. So I'm zooming in. This is a photo from my developer. See this lock? They're final. The projections are final. All right. Best play last night, hits allowed overs. Shota Imanaga, this was like a +120. Griffin Jacks was like a -105. Michael King chalked. He had a great game. Max Meyer was a +111 or something like that. That one cashed as well. Literally, I just showed you, 67% of these bets, these are the top projection picks, have cashed over the last 21 days. You sign up, you have this market, and it's under the game tab because we have summaries. We added summaries there. So you'll see the top projection picks and the top game picks. And those are as clean as it gets. So if you're here for projections, you join up, you go to the games, and you'll see them there. I would not bet or touch a single play until it showed the lock symbol. If it doesn't show the lock symbol, I'm not even thinking about it. Here's why, because what is shown here are essentially what is locked. So this day went 7-1, these went 3-3, 3-3, 3-2, 6-1, 4-3, 4-2, 4-2, so on and so forth. You come to the spreads, you want to bet on these. These have been pretty good. You want to go look at the elite ones. All right, 4-0, 3-0, 1-0, 2-0, back-to-back 0-1 days over the last two, so on and so forth. So again, just don't overthink it. Stop dabbling. I mean, listen, could you do hits, runs, RBIs, unders, hits, runs, RBIs, A+ unders? Sure, when they pop up, but like, don't force it. Right? So it's like you could have this process where every day you're just going to bang out hits allowed overs from our top projection picks tab. All right. But then anytime that you see a hits, runs, RBIs, A+ under pop up, you play that as well. Hits, runs, RBIs, A+ overs. Nope. Like for me, I don't touch this. Why? There's too many. I don't care about that. How about total? Same thing here. Too many overs. How about unders? 0-1. No, pass. How about strikeout unders? Yeah, maybe. They're extremely volatile, though. 1-2, 0-2, 0-1, 0-1, 0-1. I mean, overall, 24-14 ain't bad. Like, let's say you look at hits, runs, RBIs, hits allowed, and there's only one pick on the day, 430. So then maybe you want a little extra volume. Hits, runs, RBIs, is there anything on 430? Nope. How about strikeout unders on 4/30? Nope. Must have been a small slate. There's nothing there either. So, like, that's it. You had one bet. How about games? 430. Okay, money lines went 4-2. Spread meta went 0-1. So it just wasn't a good day. Wasn't a fun day of betting. It's kind of boring. And like, that's okay. Be okay with it. All right, that's for your projections. Let's get to work. We're about to make a bunch of money. And again, I'm going to say it one final freaking time. Are you ready? You go to the site, MySperryEdge.com. I don't know how else to tell you and get you to realize that if I'm cashing 67% on this show, just do what I do on the show on your own, and you're going to be in a great spot to make money. You come to the landing page, you can click around. It shows you mobile versus PC for all these things. Come down here, scroll past all that stuff, click join now, and you'll see 33% off. This is an indefinite price tag, grandfathered in. You sign up on May 8th today at $59.99 for the Sharp Edge. Gets you everything here. Any new tool we build, like the Parlay Builder, which is being worked on, gets added to the Sharp Edge. This price tag goes $89.99. Then it goes to $149, then $299, whatever, throughout the years, the months, the days, whatever it is. But you stay right here as long as you stay signed up. That's grandfathered pricing. Same thing here for the essentials, which means these are the essential tools you need to bet on sports. This is going to be the game models, the prop models, the plus EV optimizer, trends, projections, odds board, tracking my bets, so on and so forth. So that link posted in chat. Let's get money. You ready? Let's go. I see chat right now. I see so many people saying so many nice things. I love it. I appreciate y'all very much. The meta is the meta. Yes. The whole projections page is updated and you can see it. Yes, it is. I'm not going to show it, though. I also, again, Dr. J, that projections page is absolutely elite. You don't need to go searching for anything anymore. You don't need to mess with the tracker, the history, the game. The player. You don't have to search anything. You just come to the game tab and go to the summaries and you see all the best bets. That's it. You get a whole list of them. You can screenshot that list, tag the quick pick bot in the MySperry Edge chat room, and it's going to make a link of, 5, 10, 15 picks for you. It'll just make a link. You can just enter them all at once. So simple. All right. Remember, 67% of our bets to the over on Underdog. On the under. We're going to do that. So here's what we'll do. We're going to uncheck MLB. I'm going to leave Prize Picks on there. I know there's a lot of Prize Picks users. Here we go. NBA. Josh Hart under 12.5 points. Penny has this at a -133. FanDuel not present right now. Makes me wonder if the line's different, maybe 13.5 or 11.5 over there. Sharp odds -132. So we've got Pinnacle, worse odds than the sharp odds. Let me zoom in for you. 200% on my PC view. I'm going to save that bet. That's a good one for Underdog right there. We need a second bet for Underdog. How about Chet Holmgren? Under 16.5 points. -132 on FanDuel. Worse than the sharp odds. I freaking love it. That's when we love them. So there you go. Mitch, I can never make two picks. I just made you two picks. You didn't even know. Let's go, Beths. That tab's for all the people who are busy. Let's go. It's wonderful. Let's go. I'm so happy that you guys are seeing this now. You love the new layout. Yes, let's go. Oh, so happy. MySpartyEdge.com. Again, we're about to hopefully keep this 67% win rate. So let's keep going. We got Josh Hart. This is on Prize Picks. Do what you want with this. You can save it. By the way, click their player names. You're going to see these cards. They're the most useless thing ever for me. Playoffs, regular season, I don't care. Bounce around these tabs. Look at different players within the cards. Jump to a different game if you want. I don't care. This is all useless information for me for the playoffs. But here, we already had the Josh bet. I'm going to click Save Bet for Prize Picks 2 to get it off the screen. I just don't care. Jared Allen, under 7.5 rebounds. Now, what am I looking for when I'm using this? Two things. Number one, I want to make sure the sharp odds are about 10 to 15 cents worse than what I'm getting, which I am, minus 115 compared to a minus 127. After that, I want to compare and see what does FanDuel have. And this is a prime example of a bet I will not touch. I will not play this pick on underdog. Why? Look, sharp odds. This is using Circa, BetOnline, FanDuel, Pinnacle. It's weighted based on the sport. FanDuel's going to have the heaviest weight for an NBA prop. Pinnacle's going to have the heaviest weighted calculation for NHL, for MLB, and then FanDuel after that. So certain books are sharper for certain prop markets and certain sports. So we do our weighted calculations for you. This is not a DVIG'd line. That is on the Plus EV Optimizer, which we will use later today. It's up at the top, Positive EV. That's that tab. That one specifically is for Plus EV betting. Those are DVIG line. But this one, you are looking at sharp odds. It's focusing on the side you're betting on, not worrying about the VIG, not worrying about both sides of the line. You're just getting paid out for the one side you're betting on. So we're using the sharp odds calculation. Now, when you see FanDuel on a minus 122, I'm seeing the sharpest prop book in the world for the sport of the NBA. And you're seeing this having better odds than the sharp odds. Ain't no way I'm touching this, especially when it's so close to what the underdog line is at minus 115 for an implied 2-pick entry at 1x multipliers, which gives you a 3.5x payout, which is the best in the industry. You shouldn't even be playing on any other pick 'em app if you have access to underdog. I'd be banging away 20, 30, 40, 50 slips on underdog per day at the smallest bet amount that I could afford and just ripping volume over there rather than, banging away 3-pick Prize Picks powers and better DFS. Like if you have underdog and you're using those other sites, you're only using those other sites for the discounts, the promos, the boosts. But outside of that, I'm not touching any other app other than underdog for pick'em. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Let's switch over to MLB because I'm yapping away. Let's go to MLB overs and see what type of value you have. Got a couple of really good plays here. Griffin Canning over 4.5 strikeouts. Remember, MLB overs are absolutely phenomenal. FanDuel here. Worse than the sharp odds. You got to freaking like that. Again, almost 60-something% of these bets are cashing. So bang, Griffin, Canning, Prize Picks, minus 118 for a power 3. Again, you got underdog. I'd go there first. Jacob Misiorowski for the Milwaukee Brewers. What do we got? Minus 135 on FanDuel. We don't have Pinnacle lines yet. For MLB, they usually don't come out until around like 10 a.m. So if I were streaming later, you'd be able to bang this out. But there's a second pick for Prize Picks. Again, 3-pick entries are very difficult. Let's see if this one would work for us. Parker Messick over 5.5 strikeouts. Let's see. FanDuel minus 125, right in line with the sharp odds. I mean, this is one of those spots where it's like, you know what? One of the other NBA picks, Josh Hart under 12.5 points, is a much better third pick. I wouldn't even touch anything else. I would just do that. So I don't know if I'd even bet on these. These are probably all out of consideration for me. I think they are. This one's okay. FanDuel minus 128, no Pinnacle odds. Here, for a underdog pick, let's run it. Over 4.5 strikeouts, Connor Prelip for the, I believe, Twins. All right, so let's check out some of the other tools while we wait. And this is kind of my point. Like, if I come here for 30, 45 minutes and I'm able to go, 8-4 yesterday, 13-3 on Monday, 16-3 last Thursday, whatever these days are, right? And there's going to be some bad days. 7-7 yesterday. That's not a good day. I mean, that's a bad day. You're likely going to lose. Was that 7 slips? You'd lose all 7, right? On the 16-3 day, you're winning a ton though, and you're making up for it. Same with the 13-3 day, and most of your 8-4 days are going to be green too, right? So my point is, if I'm able to do this and take probably at times some suboptimal plays for the sake of giving my live show some picks, can you take the most optimal plays only on your own around the clock? Yes. Like, there's no reason anybody should be touching an NBA over. Okay? I don't know how else to say it. Like, what did we see? 31 and 31 on the show for NBA overs on the pick-em apps? Like, why are you betting them? I don't care if it shows an 8% edge on the over. If I know 67% of my unders are winning, why am I not just betting on the most optimal approach? Again, the hits allowed projections. Like, yeah, the strikeouts are winning 61% of the time. But, like, why? Why? I get enough volume in the hits allowed. I'm getting 4 or 5, sometimes 8 to 10 bets. Like, that's it. Why don't I run the ones that are winning almost 70% of the time? And same thing for the DFS pick'em apps. Like, why use suboptimal 60% win rates if I have an entire smattering of picks daily for MLB overs and NBA unders that are both winning like 65 to 67% over hundreds of bets? Like, just bet on the optimal approach. I don't know how else to say it. What's up, Just Drayson? He goes, I'm up 11 units this week alone, tailing plays and using the MySparia DFS optimizer and Sharp Money Raider. Let's freaking go, man. Oh my gosh, let's freaking go. I love to see that. What's up, Chi-Town? DFS picks? Yeah, absolutely. Because DFS specifically is all about price. Projections are irrelevant, man. It's literally just the price you pay for the pick you're taking at that moment. That is literally it. Nothing else matters. The projections are not for daily fantasy sports. They're just not. And that's the truth. Projections are not for DFS. Because a projection here, let's talk about it full screen because people will focus on this dome, this handsome mug. When you see it, you can't help but look right at me into my soul. So the projections, think about it this way. Yesterday, that Shota Imanaga over 4.5 hits allowed was the #1 projection on the site based on our meta picks. That was like a plus 120 or something like that. You should not have played Imanaga over 4.5 hits allowed on a DFS app, especially if it's sitting there at a 1x payout. Because you're better suited long-term to be betting on those plays that are a minus 130 across most books or a DVIG line of a minus 126. Those are the plays you want to play on Underdog, on the pick'em apps. It's about the price you're getting for the pick you're making. Nothing else matters. So DFS apps, you can do it overnight. You could do it the night before. You could bet on NBA games 2 days in advance. The projections could be total opposite of what the DFS price is giving you, and the price is all that matters. So the DFS optimizer is going to give you those plays that gives you the best price on that side of the line. The projections are very much only going to be used for the sports books. I would not ever reverse that approach. Dr. J says plus 67 units this week already, $5 units. Wonderful. DFS optimizer just nailing pairs on Prize Picks and Underdog left and right. Withdrew everything last night from Prize Picks. Woke up with another free $20 bet. When will they learn? I've heard people do that on the pick'em apps left and right. Just withdraw and they'll try to get you back. They'll give you deposit bonuses and stuff. It's very smart. Very smart. Switches, be tripping, he says. Just curious, what's the lowest sharp odds you will look at to compare? I mean, once we get around here, I think a lot of it has to do with this. I think the answer is twofold. Number one, can you come back later to do it on your own? If not, if this is it and you can only bet at this time and then you've got a full day of travel, you're going to be on a plane, you're going to a state where it's not legal anymore and you can't use it, well, then I'm probably going to bend the knee a little bit, so to speak, right? I'm going to give a little bit in the I guess the optimal approach. And maybe I start betting on some plays where the sharp odds aren't as great, so on and so forth. But if I know I've got time to come back later in the day, if I'm going to come back for lunch break, if I'm going to hide in the toilet and pretend I've got IBS before, the games go live at 6 p.m., like, okay, I'm probably just going to come back later and get the best of the best and leave the rest. Just making T-shirts and slogans left and right, my friends. The Chrome Dome is buzzing today. What's up, Rico? Donuts? So you recommend VIP picks? You post pair or run straights? I post a bunch of straight picks every single day to my Tails members. But I tell you this, Rico, I take them from the game summary tab. What are the top hits allowed plays? What are the top money line plays? And then I grab the ones that I like based on the odds. That's the only difference. So all those picks will always be from there, although I don't use all of them because sometimes I don't like the odds. It's important for me to also still be getting a great price. Again, the price is so important. Game logs, matchups, DVP, wind and Wrigley, all that umpire stuff, nonsense, irrelevant. It's all baked into what a model gives you. It's all baked into the price tag on a site because thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars come in. They shape, they mold, they craft these lines. They make them so good that by the time the closing line hits, there's no value left to squeak out. So, why am I trying to outsmart that? Just let the model run. The model will tell me if there's an edge in the line, and then I'm going to run it. And if there's not an edge in the line, I'm not going to run it. Or if the price is a minus 212 for the Dodgers money line, they won 12-1 the other day. I don't care. I'm not paying a minus 212 for a money line. Cubs yesterday won 8-1 or whatever it was. They were the number one money line play of the day. The model had them for a minus 380 or something implied odds, right? Because that's what the probability, just compare the probability. It's just a percentage. There's an applied probability to percentages here for betting. Well, I'm still not comfortable betting a minus 200 for a money line. Will I play a minus 175? Yeah, if it says, it's supposed to be a minus 320, that's a significant value. But there's just some levels where it gets to, I'm like, I can't pay a minus 200. All right, let's keep going. 200 people watching. Thank you for tuning in today, this Friday. Hopefully, I'm helping you win money. It's been red freaking hot on the show. Do me a huge favor. Wherever you are, like the show, like the video, retweet if you're on X. And let's keep going. And they're just pounding coffee. Plus EV Optimizer. Here's where you're going to get plays like this. You're going to see them and you're like, are they even good? Here's the deal. Certain books are softer than others. Novig, BetMGM, they're great spots to use the Plus EV Optimizer. Some books, not as good. Like FanDuel is very hard to beat Plus EV-wise. And why do you think this is a book that we use for FanDuel and Pinnacle? Think about it this way. If they are literally number 1 and 2 in our sharp odds calculations, do you think the Plus EV Optimizer is going to give you much value on those two books? Nope, not really. But you know what? Some of these super soft books like BetMGM, they're garbage. They're so soft. You make a lot of money betting them. And here's one, you could literally just go here, grab, if you have access to BetMGM, oh my gosh, the Plus EV Optimizer is one of the best spots you'll ever use. You're going to get so many plus odd plays. Basically, we devig the line for you. I'm going to save this one. I'm going to open up his player card because you're going to see Freddie Freeman is a singles merchant. What we do here is we devig the line. So we got dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of source books. Tons. We don't even show them all here. I'm telling you this now. We don't even show them. And again, what am I doing here? Well, look at this. MLB overs. We know they're king. It's the same thing. I could go NBA unders and just grab those next. All right. I don't have an EV range set up. I don't have fair odds bands set up. I've got my personal markets picked, all this stuff. Anyways, and I only have just grabbed a bunch of random books here for an example. So we devig the line for you. That's telling you the fair odds price. So we write the word fair, and then you're simply looking at it versus the sports books. And this is going to tell you if you have access to Bet Rivers and Caesars, put the books you have in here that you have access to, and then simply compare them. What gives you the best? And if you're like, well, Mitch, I really don't want to be betting on really long odds plays. I'm just uncomfortable with it. Okay, well, if that's you for whatever reason, you come down here, you put a fair, and also I don't like juiced plays. Okay, so let's do minus 140 to plus 125. All right, we've made a fair odds band. That's what we just did. And now it's going to show you there's 53 plays across our 11 books. And you're not going to see, remember that plus 149, plus 175, they're gone. And the minus 150 plays, they're gone too. So you gave yourself a range and now you're just betting on it. Novig says this is a great play. Here's something to think about, though. There's only $57 in liquidity here at this minus 114. So, that's good for maybe one or two of you based on your unit sizes. You can go for that. Some people are like, I just hate certain markets. So if you're like, I hate singles, okay, come here and take the singles market off. And now you'll see the plays went from 53 to 40. I just lost 13 bets. Foster Griffin over 17.5 outs on Novig, $182 limit. Kyle Bradish over 5.5 strikeouts, Profit X 199 limit, so on and so forth. I mean, you can do this all day long on the Plus EV optimizer, and then you come back in and you're like, all right, I'm done with MLB. I'm going to look at NBA unders because, hey, we look at it all the time. NBA unders are freaking free. Well, one thing I want to do is I want to remove the blocks market. I hate that one. Steals too. Threes, I hate that. Turnovers, I hate that. And I've got only the markets I like. I've got my combo markets, the important ones for points and assists and rebounds and everything that goes along with it combo-wise. Everything else, I don't care about. I'm not touching the rest of those markets. They ain't good for me, so I'm not betting on them. I'm going to remove the bands here. And I just want to look at this, and maybe I'm like, all right, I exhausted my Novig bankroll today. Bally has limited me. Bet Rivers limited me. I don't have access to DK Pick 6. FanDuel, I never get any good plays from. They're too sharp. Removing better. I don't want to play any better lines. I'm left with these. I've got BetMGM, DraftKings, Prize Picks, Underdog, and I just go from here. NBA unders for these. Quentin Grimes under 7.5 points. You can see it's juiced a lot of places. Bang, you got to play there. DeAndre Ayton under 9.5 rebounds, assists. This is for May 9th. This is tomorrow night. Plus 100 odds. Look at the odds you're getting on these other books. Bang, you got another play. And you just go right down the list, man. You just go right down the list. Don't overthink it. I don't know how else to say. I like it. You're just going to find so much value. Just play. All right, one final tool. Let's take a quick. I was going to show you Freddie Freeman, the singles merchant. You giving me plus odds for Freddie Freeman to get a single? I don't care that he's facing Chris Sale. It's a single. It's plus odds. It's not like Chris Sale doesn't give up hits. Doesn't give up a lot of them. Sharp Money Radar. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Whew. I need a breather. So if I click this longer than whale button, what this is going to do is tell me where the whale money is and my side of the book, my books access. Again, this is going to be based on your bookmakers here that you select. I need to have my line beating one of the exchanges here and the line that the sharp money's coming in on. So you've got $1,600 on Nick Lodolo over 4.5 hits allowed. $1,000 at plus 132. Does my 121 beat that? Nope. But my 121 beats the Novig line, $600. And now I still know, yes, I beat Novig. No, I do not beat Profit X, but there's $1,600 saying this is an interesting line. Sharp money coming in on it, the whale money, if you will. And then you're just betting on it. Like, that's it. Like, deep link, open this up, plus 121 on DraftKings. Does this stuff matter? Hits allowed, all this nonsense? Nope, not really. Looks like Lodolo's making his first start of 2026 as I have no 2026 data. That was opening 2025. So you can hammer out this. This is an over. Dylan Cease under here on DraftKings. You've got plus 120. I'm only beating $100 liquidity, so maybe I'm not interested in that. Now, what a lot of people like to do is they will use the Sharp Money Radar specifically for the DFS apps because, and here's the deal. I kind of think this is really the best way to do it. But the problem is when you do this, you are not going to see a ton of volume if you are using this correctly. You're just not going to. And you're going to have to make decisions on what you want to do with this information. So this one has $667 coming in on the under. Now, we know overs for MLB are king, so do I want to even bet an under? Probably not. There's only $667 of liquidity, but if you like that, better DFS is best. Same thing here, only one single play coming in on the under. Is it worth playing for me? Probably not. I want more money. I want to have much better odds, and I also want to be in the over. So the Sharp Money Radar, and you'll see on my bets tab, like I am very picky about the SMR, the Sharp Money Radar. You see 296 bet sample size. I'm very picky. And as you see, like, this is why, as I have fine-tuned, excuse me, as I have fine-tuned my process, like, look at how good they've been. 25 bets. Let's count the Reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Reds, and one play that was a voided bet. So 18 of my last 24 picks using the Sharp Money Radar are wins. And you'll see a fair amount of sports books in here. But hey, it's not like you can at DraftKings, these plus odd plays again, but Prize Picks, Underdog, Prize Picks, Better. Like, I think this is a great tool to use for pick'em apps. I would personally believe, and it's up to you, but the DFS Optimizer and the Sharp Money Radar for pick'em apps, absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. The DFS Optimizer and the Sharp Money Radar for pick'em apps are so good. They're so good. You're just tracking sharp money and you're looking at the odds for the DFS Optimizer. Really trying my best here to fine tune the approach for many people. We've got 13 pending bets for tonight. I guess I did not make a ton. Dr. J says, for me, straights equal family vacation. Parlays and FanDuel equals locks my account. That's funny. Let's look at them all. I hide nothing. I recap everything. Here's our stretch, 2 weeks. I'm gonna look at the last 2 weeks. Like, you can't hide this. My shows are public. 13-3 on Monday's show, 7-8 on Tuesdays, 12-7 on Wednesday, 12-6 on Thursday, 13-8 on Friday. This past Monday, 16-3. By the way, 2 Mondays in a row, 13-3 and 16-3. What? What about the third Monday? Hold on. We got Monday days? Are Mondays just freaking awesome? Maybe. Wouldn't that have been something? We just find out Mondays are free. Tuesday went 16-3, 13-7, 7-7, 8-4 yesterday. And now we've got 3 picks pending from last night and another 10 here. So outright, we have pending outcomes. We have 13 and zoom out a little bit. And there you go. There's all 13. I did them all live. I talked through it. And just so you know, whatever tool you pick, you click helpful hints. There's a little breakdown of kind of like all the things you hear me talk about. Like, look at this. NBA unders, MLB overs. Okay. Secondary comparison idea. Look for FanDuel and Pinnacle to become close or worse than sharp odds. Like, y'all. Everything I talk about on the show is literally little cliff notes right here. Underdog 2-pick 3.5x, the best. Also, click this right here. It's going to deep link a YouTube tutorial to this timestamp, which will show you how to use the DFS Optimizer in visual form. So you could read and watch and then do it on your own and hopefully have that 67% win rate on Underdog, NBA unders, MLB overs with me. I tell you how, I tell you why, and I show you. Every single tool has this. DFS or Sharp Money Radar. I tell you exactly, I write it out. Everything I showed you today is written down. And then again, you got to rewatch it in a tutorial format. You just click this. It's going to open up the tutorial directly to the Sharp Money Radar segment, and you can watch it happen again and then apply it on your own. You will not get as much support as you do on my site anywhere else. Tutorials, I'm live daily. And then you catch me in Discord chat. I mean, I spent 15 minutes this morning talking with one of my buddies, Chi-Town, longtime community member. And I'm in chat, trying to help him out, like, hey, check this out. Here's the results here. How about this angle? Try this. And like, I just want people to be profitable. So you sign up, 33% off discount, indefinitely grandfathered in as long as you don't cancel. As long as you don't cancel. When the price climbs, you keep your price. All right? Just stay signed up. You're good to go. All right, my friends. Good show. Lots of money to be made. Hopefully we make a lot of money. I want a big day. It was 13 picks. I listen, I don't stream on Saturday or Sunday, but I've been contemplating doing something on Saturday tomorrow, just like a short 30-minute show. So if I'm going to do that, I will post that inside Discord to members, and I'll say, at everyone, I'm going to go live at 10 a.m. or noon today. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. That is like a 50-50 thing. I know for sure I cannot on Sunday, Mother's Day and all that. And any of my mamas out there watching the show, an early happy Mother's Day. Your partner better give you the best day ever. I tell you that. Y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Maybe I will see you tomorrow. Grab that My Spurrier link down below, my friends. Let's get paid.